Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the September 9th, 2008 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Chairman, 4 selectmen are present. Mrs. Ekstrom is temporarily absent, and the interim town administrator, Mrs. Sanjanetta, is with us as well.
Okay, we have a 7:15 hearing that I would like to go to first, and that hearing was continued from August 19th, and it's on the application of the Wareham Foreign Auto Sales, care of Stephen Borghi, 2234 Cranberry Highway, West Wareham, for a Class 2 license under the provisions of Chapter 140 of the Mass General Laws.
Mr. Chairman, motion to reopen the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? 400. Okay, feel free to come up and just reintroduce yourself for those at home.
Steve Borgi.
Okay.
Stephen D'Amato.
Okay, this was on the application for, I guess it's just a, Mr. D'Amato is staying on as the manager, and then it was just a
Transfer of name.
transfer of real estate?
The real estate has been transferred in June,
Okay,
and now we wanted to transfer the name.
okay. And because of some of the reason that it was continued, for time frame for anyone that would like to speak for or against this particular application, I will call for anyone that has come to speak for or against the application. Okay, I don't see any. Were there any other comments from the board on the application?
Well, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman, I've just a couple of questions for the two guys
Okay.
in front of us tonight. Mr. D'Amato, you own the property and have the license to sell cars down there. In
No,
June, you sold the property to this man,
Yes, right,
and now you want to transfer the license to him,
right.
but you want to stay on as the manager.
Right, that's what he wanted me to do, so I would do
Okay,
that, yeah.
all right. So, Mr. Chairman, I just have one question. Thank you, guys.
Sure.
I just have one question. The last car license that there was some concerns about that they were transferring or what have you, is that individual had to turn that license in. Is that not the case here, or because he's transferred business and all, it's a legal thing to do? I just want to be fair. If one other applicant, and I don't even know the man's name, but he had a car placed down next to Bailey Surf and Turf, and he wanted to move, and when he moved, he wasn't going to own the property, and he didn't really want to wound up turning the thing in. And all I wanted to know, Mr. Chairman, or any of the members here that can help me out, is that not the case with these licenses? Or can the business be sold and the license transferred over?
Well, I think he's here for the very purpose of the transference of the Class 2 license.
Correct.
So he's
Staying in
here.
the same property, I'm not looking to move.
I understand.
Yeah.
What he's asking is a more specific question about our policy, about whether or not we need to, how in fact we go about transferring licenses. I guess, one of my concerns I think I share with him is that we don't get into the business of having the business owner transfer the license, because we're the issuing authority, and obviously that's what you're here for. Correct?
Correct.
And that fairly was where my question, maybe I didn't word it properly, but the last guy, he asked for approval and got denied. In this case, he's already transferred his business and he's looking to do it, and to me, it doesn't matter. They're still selling cars. But I want fair to be fair, because I don't want them to walk out of here with one answer and the other guy to walk back in and say, that's a different situation that you gave me.
Well,
Could I
that's the
ask
discretion that the board has.
That's all I wanted. I've only been here like a year and a few months, so I don't
I
know the
understand.
rules as well as a few of the others.
Just so I'm straight, the other applicant was looking to take that license and put it in another spot, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you go through zoning and all that for that, so this is different.
The,
Well, it's not different. He's right. the board has the discretion to either allow it or not allow it. So he's just trying to make sure that everybody's being treated equally, fairly, and that we're following our own procedures, and I'm saying we are because we
I
have the
understand.
discretion to approve or deny.
I did want to, I knew we had a policy on this, and this is what was referenced the last time, and it's the maximum allowed Class II licenses. And this was on January 20th, 2004. The board at that time approved that it is the policy of the town of Wareham to limit the number of Class II licenses to 15, and the present Class II license holders are grandfathered, and if a Class II license is turned in to the Selectman's office, it should be canceled, and then this policy shall take effect immediately. So this isn't a situation where you're turning the license in, but it does pertain somewhat to the first part of the policy with the limit the number of Class II licenses to 15. So,
Well, that's why we
That's-
grandfathered the existing licenses holders. That was the whole point of that. There's nothing, this is just a procedural thing.
Right.
I mean, we're following policy. You're not expanding the number
Right.
of spots on your lot, and that
Correct.
would have to come. So I don't see any issues really here that
Okay.
need to be resolved. It's just pretty much for formality, unless we did have issues, but I haven't seen any.
okay. Is there
Well, then, Mr. Chairman, I'll,
further discussion? John, were you going to?
No, I'm all set.
You're all
just,
set.
I was just curious with, like I wanted these fellows to understand my concern of fairness
Yeah.
for another deal that had to come in and give his license, turn it in.
right.
So walk away shrugging his shoulders, what did he do? But off he went.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, that is a totally different case.
Okay.
Motion to close the hearing?
Right. That's what we'll need next.
Uh,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? 400. Are there any further motions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board shall approve the application of Wareham Foreign Auto Sales, Inc., care of Steve Borgi, 2234 Cranberry Highway, West Wareham, for a Class II license under the provisions of Chapter 140 of the Massachusetts General Laws.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained?
abstain.
301. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Transferred the license. Thank you. Okay, and we have our 725. We have an application for a change of manager by 99 Restaurant, 3013 Cranberry Highway. Is there somebody present? Okay. This is just a change of manager from Chris Fortune to, are you Todd
Yes.
Cadero? Okay. I thought we had just done Chris.
Yeah, probably about a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
He decided to move on. So.
All right. Did any of the board members have any questions? Anything?
Tips, training?
I am Serve Safe certified. I'm not tip certified, but I've been a bartender in the past.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I missed it.